Hi guys, welcome back to Gym Girls Unfiltered. We're here with another episode, and this one's gonna be fun. We wanted to sit down, chit chat, and talk about just this entire year, 2025, what the highlights were for each of us, what our goals are going into the new year. So, one of you girls, take it away.
Yeah, I think this will be such a cute, chatty episode, especially since the year is coming to an end. But I think our plan is to kind of start in January 2025 and just go through the months and just talk about like things we did, whether it be like bodybuilding things or life things. And I guess I'll start. January 2025 for me, my birthday is January 18th, so I turned 23 this year. I also moved in January to a new apartment, a one bed, one bath. I moved out with roommates and I moved closer to my gym, and that was like a good adjustment. Honestly, I love living by myself. That's pretty much everything that happened in January. We're all looking at Google Photos. Mine
Yeah, I'm
was.
literally looking at my months right now, seeing what
I
I
have
did.
now look at that.
I know. Well, you can go to months, which is kind of cool. And it
Oh,
shows you like a little highlight. I'm trying to
I,
see. So, January, we were actually just coming back from Greece. We went to Greece with Bradley's family, which was really cool. And it was more of like a historical trip. We got to see all that. So, we were coming back from that. And when it was the beginning of the year, I was still living in South Florida for college. So, I'm seeing all of these beautiful beach photos. And I'm like, I want to be at the beach right now.
January 2025 for me, I was actually right when I started prep. I
Oh.
came I came back from Arizona on the 29th, or no, I came back around December 30th from Arizona and then started prep. I want to say my first prep check-in was January 6th. Oh my God.
I
Ew.
didn't even wait. Am I thinking of this wrong, or Caroline? Did I not know you yet in January?
No.
I really didn't know Caroline either. I mean, I think I
That's
saw her beforehand, but I
crazy.
didn't talk to her.
I started prep in January.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
What a
But
year it's been. It's actually, I'm glad we're doing this. Like, I feel like I never sit back and reflect on it.
that
Yeah.
was my whole month of January was honestly just starting prep. Like every single one of my photos is food, posing, or gym in the month of January. Wow.
Yeah. No,
That's
me
not
too.
mine.
So I wasn't officially in prep, but I was in that like pre-prep. So in the gym a lot. I remember onboarding a lot of new clients in that time. So I have a lot of pictures with like check-in photos from them checking in. That's like pretty much January for me.
What,
Wow.
what about February?
Yeah, let's go to February. February was when I started prep. So I was in prep from February until end of July. So I was getting started. Obviously, food started coming down. I started having more cardio. So a lot of my videos are like grocery hauls, going to the beach more because it was starting to warm up again in Florida.
Yeah, February for me, I was obviously still in prep and then I remember for Valentine's Day, since I was in prep, Carson brought me flowers and it was like the time when the Dr. Pepper grape came out. So he like brought that home to try because he's like,
Was it bad? I heard it was bad.
I mean, yeah, it kind of tastes like grape medicine.
My February is a lot of gym pictures and some traveling. It looks like I went to Lane's granddad's little birthday party. Look how cute he is.
Oh,
Oh,
so
and,
cute.
I love that man.
and
Most of all,
February,
do I?
no, I was gonna say in February, I went to it was like a prom for one of his family friends. She was like turning, I want to say 50. I want to say 50. And it was like for her birthday and we had to dress. It was like a 90s prom. Y'all, look at my dress I had to wear. Like, please. What the heck?
Oh my gosh. I love it though.
I was it was like 9 o'clock at night. It was 8:18 and everyone was like drinking, so I freaking had my bum energy drink because that's all I could have.
That is so funny. I remember February was like that point in prep where I was like over 20 weeks out, so I was still having refeeds. So Bradley and I would go and get sushi for like our weekly cheat meal. And if
I
I'm not mistaken, I don't see any pictures. I think that's when Gymshark Miami was.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was my last cheat meal. And we went to like that really good sushi place in Brickell in Miami. Oh, it was so good.
I was
My
just in Miami.
my food in February and January, honestly, that was when I was doing 6 days of like 375 carb, and then one day a week I was doing 485. Like
Wow.
my camera roll is just a bunch of like pancakes and potatoes and
That's
bread.
awesome.
But I was feeling like crap, y'all. Like January, February, March was before I came to my coach now, and I was eating a lot, but I was feeling so bad. And I just remember the start of this year was like the peak of like the worst I felt.
Yeah.
And that carried on into March for me too. And I
So
wasn't
different than
really
where you are now, you know?
yeah, I wasn't really doing anything. I was like self isolating because I felt so bad. I was hating my job so much because I was so tired and literally just eating food. I wasn't hungry, but I was just eating food because my coach told me to.
Jeez. And you had your last shift, right, this week?
Yes, it was yesterday.
Yay!
I know. I'm so
Awesome.
excited. Can't believe it.
That is awesome.
Um, but going on to March, I was just working out. I get my hair done like twice a year, so I did that in March. And I just got the second one done recently. But yeah, nothing really for me for March either. I was just
March was a big one for me. That
Yeah,
was
me.
when Bradley and I got engaged. So I'm like looking into March and this is kind of funny to say, but I was so glad that it was in March. And again, I told this story, but I didn't know it was a surprise. And I love that it was March because I was a little bit tanner because we had been going to the beach. I was a little bit leaner, but I still like, I didn't lose, the glutes yet. So I was really happy with that time. Let me see if I can find a picture.
March for me was crazy too. I don't know how I did it, but all in the month of March, and I competed in April. I went to Tampa and stayed with a friend, and we went to. She got invited to like what's the drag race? It was like the F1 of Tampa or something. So I went to that, and then I trained at the Gold's Gym there. And then also, like 2 weeks after that, I went to Houston, and that's where I met Ashley Roy. I don't know if you guys follow her, and went to Alpha Land. That
Oh,
was awesome.
fun.
And then after that, oh my gosh, I traveled to my mom's. March, yeah, March 29th, I traveled to my mom's because I competed for the first time. Um, a week after that.
Wow. So how long was your prep? Because you were in prep in
Not long.
January.
It was only 12 weeks.
Wow. That's awesome. And you did multiple shows, right?
Yeah, I did two.
That's awesome.
But yeah, March was busy for me. But that really goes to show that even on prep, you can make it happen and
Yes,
do
you
anything.
can.
Set yourself up for success.
I'm trying to find these pictures because that was just such a fun month. Sometimes I don't miss living in South Florida, but I miss being this close to the beach. It's like all these pictures. I was just like, I would go to the gym, I would go to the grocery store, I would go to the beach. I can't find our proposal picture, but I love this picture of Bradley and I when like, just like this was so in the moment. I remember being like, oh my gosh, like it just didn't even feel like real
So
life.
cute.
It was so fun. Wow. And now we're in the 80s for days out to the wedding. It's like 85 or something, I
That's
think.
insane.
I know.
I love how like we all do like so many days out because I feel like prep instills that.
Yes, days out instead of like days until.
Flippy calendar.
Yes,
Queen.
it's so true. I remember March being like prep wise, gym wise, not so much like lifestyle wise, like being the point in prep where I felt a little bit more comfortable because I knew that off season I was in kind of an uncomfortable spot. I was like 30 pounds above my stage weight, so that's why prep was so hard. Um, and I just remember in March kind of getting back to a point where I wasn't super hungry yet. I wasn't like super tired from being in a deficit for a long time. Felt like I was at a little bit more comfortable of a level where I felt a little bit leaner. I felt like I still had energy. So it was like a good middle ground, I would say.
All right, I guess we can go into April. April for me was both my shows. So I competed April 5th in my first show in Philly. And then a week after that, I competed in the Charlotte Cup. And then obviously April was um Easter as well, and that was my first meal like after prep that I had off
It's
plan.
so fun. What was it?
I think we went to, hold on, let me see. Oh my god, looking back, what the heck? I was literally tiny. Oh my god. Well, this was my breakfast. Okay, well, obviously the day after, this was my breakfast the day after my show. It was so good. I will never forget
Oh, I remember that picture because we use it in the thumbnails.
it.
That's so
Um,
funny.
and me and Carson made like just steak. And then my
Yeah.
first like actual meal out after was we went to Easter breakfast and I got my latte. Oh, I got this. It was so good. It was like a sea bass with like
Wow.
broccoli. Yeah, that was so good.
That sounds so good. And a
But
latte just always hits after after
Never
prep.
had a latte.
yeah, I'm about to make her have a latte next week.
Yes, good. Better. It's
Um,
gonna change your life. You have to document it.
Oh gosh, it's just like me eating the edamame.
oh my
Carolina show.
that was hilarious.
That's so
Um,
funny. Oh my gosh.
yeah, so April for me was honestly just competing and then starting my reverse.
Yeah. April for me was a lot of family stuff, I feel like. So I was getting deeper into prep. So I was traveling a lot. We went up to the panhandle of Florida, me and Bradley's mom, to look at wedding venues. So obviously that was really, really special and really fun. And that's where we found our wedding venue up in the panhandle. So a lot of time spent with a cooler in my car with all six of my meals, traveling to all these events. And then I was hosting a lot of events at the gym that I was a part of in South Florida. So I feel like it was a lot of busy stuff work wise, building my coaching, traveling with family, but it was still really fun. And I felt like I didn't hit that wall that I did in prep yet. Like it was hard, but it wasn't impossible yet.
Yeah. April, that first week in April, actually, I joined with my coach now. And our first week of working together, he made me take a whole week off, like resting from the gym, which was really hard for me. And I just remember that being really tough for me, mentally and physically. Sorry, y'all, I'm on my treadmill and it's loud, so I'm going to get off for a minute.
I don't think I can hear it.
I hear.
Yeah.
It's
Uh-uh.
okay.
No, I
Well,
can hear it.
Your mic is just so good.
can you get my steps in then? But yeah, I started with my new coach. I had a rest a week. I did not step into the gym for a week. We cut my cardio down to zero. My food totally changed. I wasn't slamming as many carbs in. Like, of course, we were still eating a lot, but my body was so inflamed. Like, looking at these check-in pictures, I need to do it side by side and do this on Instagram or something. But I just looked miserable. My face was awful, like breaking out wise. My hair was falling out. My body was inflamed. So yeah, that was like the start of like prioritizing my health. It was in April.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I recorded my first video with someone in the gym that goes to my gym. He wanted to record a video, so I did that in April. And I just remember starting to finally feel good again. My workout and training was feeling good because I switched from like high volume, lots of reps, lots of sets to like a lower training volume, which I'm still on. And honestly, that's what I'm a firm believer in. Um, that's pretty much it for April. It was just kind of learning my new plan with my new coach and starting to prioritize my health.
Yeah. For end of April, for me, I feel like that's when things really I was hitting a wall. I remember cardio was 90 minutes on the Stairmaster in the morning and night. That was not fun. Food was getting low. So I was kind of in the trenches, but I was trying to. I remember just I mean, you guys all know being in prep and your social battery gets so low, and it's just hard to be your same bubbly person. So I remember there was so much going on with friends and family, and I just wanted to have that energy and still be, present during those times. I remember this was fun. I did like a little photo shoot for my coaching business
Oh,
with, this is Emily here. She's my maid of honor, and we were roommates for 3 years in college until Bradley and I moved in together, which I feel like takes us into May. That's when Bradley and I moved in together. That's the month that I competed. That was like the very end of May. It was literally the last day in May. I went wedding dress shopping, got my dress. I have my alterations coming up, so I have to like maintain my weight, which is weird. Um, but yeah, that's actually where I met Caroline for the first time in person. And of course, I had met Kate before in person, but she was there too. We all went to Charleston for my show. It was so sweet. They all came up. Oh, Boone! So cute. For those of you who are not on YouTube, Boone popped up in the
Ben
back.
just said hey.
Yeah, he said hey. But that was so fun. Like, seriously, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like, that was one of my favorite memories, probably of the entire year, was all of you guys coming up for that show. Like, seriously, that was so much
That's
fun.
so fun.
So
yeah.
fun.
May was a crazy month for me. In the beginning of May, it was Carson's birthday, and so I went out to eat for like the first time in a while. And then I also had like my first glass of wine. I was literally drunk off of one glass of dinner. And then after that, that was the May 7th was when I took pictures for my other business I have, which is my social media management business. So those are all.
So cute.
And then after that, I traveled to my mom's with Carson for Mother's Day. Holy crap, I was busy in May. And then, like Alani said, we traveled for her show, and that was the first time that I had met Kate and Alani in person, and it was such a fun weekend. I have so
Yes.
many photos and videos from that weekend.
So many.
And for any of you, for any of you listening, if you want to watch, this is the video that Kate was talking about. Look,
My first edamame experience. Guys, I'm from like a really small town in Georgia, and like we don't have like stuff like that.
you were like pulling it
That was so funny. That sushi also might be the best sushi I've ever had. It was so good.
apart. But yeah, and then we went to the beach. Me and Kate hit a lift at Gold's, and then I think yeah, that was May. Here's a photo of all of us. Oh,
So
I remember
fun.
so
so
I
cute.
love Charleston.
fun. Y'all remember after dinner we just walked around and we went to that little ice cream shop?
Yes, that's so funny. I have this picture. Hold on.
It's so funny too because like on paper that should not have been a good weekend. Like my body was like shutting down. Oh my gosh. I got like last place in my class. Like it was like it should not have been a good weekend, but I just remember you guys all being there and it was so much fun. Like probably my favorite show to date.
Y'all remember the
Also,
guy at the ice cream shop that was like obsessed with Alani and was like trying to give her all those little animals?
yes, I do remember that.
I forgot about that. I don't have it anymore. It was like
I
a cute
forgot
little.
about it too until you just started talking
It
about
was
it.
so funny. That ice cream was good too. It was like that. It was like vegan ice cream, but it was really good and it was nice because it was no dairy.
It was dry ice. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember they had the vegan one, and I was like, oh, I don't have lactate with me, and I haven't had dairy since February. So I was like, let me do something that's not going to wreck my stomach. But that was really yummy.
My May was really busy. Obviously, this is when I started finally like feeling good and just wanted to live my life again. I joined a second gym here in Athens. Lots of pictures of food, lots of pictures of me working. I think I was working like overtime here. I went to the OR for the first time. I trained with some friends in the beginning of May. Oh, Lane was about to get ready to leave for Texas here, and so like we were going out to, like on a lot of dates. We went to like this cute little creek beside our apartment. Went to the pool. Oh, this is when I started doing my online fitness coaching. So that's
Oh, fun.
fun. And then the end of May, we went to a Lonnie show. I met Caroline. That's when I think we started talking almost every day.
I
sisters.
told Carson I text you like I'm dating you.
I know.
Me, me and Kate literally text each other every night and say good morning and good night. It's hilarious.
That's so funny. I love that.
I don't even text Lane good morning.
uh,
And that's when we got the Airbnb for Alani's show. We went to
yeah,
that sketchy place, and then we got the nice one downtown.
that was crazy.
Yes.
Alani, you didn't see that, but like, it was
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, it was honestly like all the Airbnbs in Charleston were so beautiful. Like, I don't know. It was a really cool town.
Cute.
There's Alani.
Really cute.
Looking beautiful.
Oh, that was such a fun time.
You guys need to watch this episode on YouTube so you can see the pictures we're
Oh
showing.
my gosh,
Yeah.
definitely. We're showing so many pictures. Oh my gosh. That is the month that we got Charlie. We got Charlie the day after getting back from Charleston for the show, and that's why he's called Charlie. His full name is Charleston. Let me find a picture. Oh my gosh, he was so little.
Oh.
So freaking cute.
Then my camera roll is just me and Caroline training.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, look at that baby.
so big now. He's getting neutered right now. So poor baby.
We have to do that in a couple months.
So cute.
Right.
Okay, last picture because I'll go on forever. So cute. But that was my May. And then June, it was like, obviously, I let myself kind of feel that loss going into the first show of the season. I knew I wasn't like fully ready, but I also knew that that wasn't my potential. I remember sitting at brunch the next day because obviously, you know, I had my free meal, I had sushi, and then I remember getting avocado toast in the morning. It was so good. And texting Adam, my coach, and being like, okay, what do we do now? Like, you know, what, like, back to the drawing board. Because originally I was going to go, that was national. So it wasn't like a regional show. It was, you know, it was a national level show. And that was Junior USA's. So the plan was I think a few weeks after that, I was going to go to Junior Nationals, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I was really excited for that. And I talked to my coach because I wanted to be like, hey, you tell me what is the best move here. He was like, I think your body needs a rest. We've been pushing really, really hard for a long amount of time and my body just stalled. So then it was time to kind of take some time. So we skipped that show and I had, I want to say like 6 weeks, 8 weeks until my next show. So we like kept pushing and I was able to eat a little bit more food while still being in a deficit. And I think that's exactly what my body needed. So that was kind of how May was like a recalibrating. So continuing to like kind of dig in prep, but not as extreme. So that's pretty much what that month was.
Well, May for me was June 7th. I left for Mexico. Had a great. I was getting engaged. And then this was when we were taking family photos. There's my white dress.
I remember seeing that on your story.
Yes, and then moments after, I got engaged on the beach.
So cute.
So that was amazing. Kind of knew it was coming, but didn't know when.
I remember when you did get engaged, my mom, because you were telling her at the Airbnb,
Yeah,
and you were like, I have a sneaky feeling. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, she got engaged. She knew it. It's so funny.
I did know it. So we went to Mexico with his family, and I was there for a week. That was amazing. And then let's see, what else did I do in June? Honestly, I think that was like all I really did in June because that was
That's a big thing. It's a big thing. I'm scrolling through June pictures. This was actually from when we got engaged. This wasn't in June, but I guess that's when I got this photo. And this picture, I think, is my favorite picture of my parents ever.
Oh my
My
god.
dad's face.
Yeah. Stop.
It cracks me up.
My June was just a lot of working out. Lane left to go to Texas, so that was an adjustment for me because like we hung out every day and then he was gone. So I really just kind of relied on the gym and my job. And then at the end of June, June 21st, I went to go visit him in Texas. And then that's when I knew I was like, all right, Lane, you've got to get this job and we've got to move here. And I think that's really when we just started pursuing, like, actually moving to Texas.
Wait, y'all, I think we started our podcast in June too.
Did we really? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, because I remember you guys texting me while I was on the Stairmaster doing my fasted cardio. I
That's
remember.
the
Yes. Yes. So I was definitely in prep.
Yeah.
It must have been when I got back from Texas.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yep.
And look where we are now. Oh my god, how many
That's
episodes
crazy.
do we have? This is like
This is
20.
23, I think.
Wow.
I said
That's
we've missed,
insane.
like, I think only like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
about
we've been
4 to
consistent.
5 weeks we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Aw, I'm so glad we started it. This has been fun.
Me too.
That's
I
what
remember in June too, we had like a TLF event, which was really fun because TLF is headquartered in Fort Lauderdale. So by that time, Bradley and I were living in Orlando. But I remember waking up at 4:30 to get my fasted cardio done, and then drive down 3 hours to South Florida to get there before whatever time it started in the morning. But it was so fun. We had like the new collection come out, and we were like doing all the photo shoots and stuff. So that was really fun, and seeing all the girls that are athletes too. And that gym down there is just insane. And then I was able to kind of see my Boca friends. I stayed for the weekend. Again, with a cooler in my car with all of my meals.
For some reason, I remember this part in your life, Alani. I just remember seeing all the pictures.
That was a fun time. That's so sweet.
Let's see. I think that leads us into July, right?
Yeah, this is my July 1st picture, actually.
Oh,
That was our first one, I think, is July 1st.
wow.
So cute. Wow. So it's been almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
July 8th to Alani was when I came to stay with you, and
Yes.
we went to the TLF headquarters gym. And guys, I'm looking back at these pictures and I'm missing the shreds.
I know, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm trying not to think it.
Like, what?
Oh
Hello.
my gosh. That was fun. We were taking so many
That was so fun.
pictures.
What did we do? We went to that coffee shop.
Yeah, we were
Went
doing a lot of work that
walked
weekend, I feel like.
around.
And then, yeah, so Caroline flew down for my show because I was like, Caroline, can you like be here to take some like footage for me, like the social media girl and her? So that was really fun. And that was also, dare I say, my redemption arc where I won that show. And I remember like looking back at, I'll have to find the photos, but the difference between how I looked in May versus how I looked at this show, and it was like a 6 or 8 week difference. It was like night and day. I remember I dropped like 10 pounds between those shows, but I kept so much muscle fullness. Like I remember looking back at my stage shots and being like,
I remember that too.
oh my gosh. That was really fun. And it was just nice that my like redemption was kind of in Boca, you know, where my home was for all of college. And my coach Adam, that's where he lived. So he went to the show and everybody was there, and it was just, or not everybody, it was like a less people were there than in Charleston, but it was like my family was there, so it was like a close knit group.
And we got
It
the
was awesome.
best food after your show. Oh my god.
gosh, it was so good,
I'm
so good. We went to this steakhouse, and they also had sushi, so right up my alley. That was awesome. That was so good.
My July, I was 1 year post show. Obviously, I was reflecting and reminiscing because I have just a bunch of screenshots of like my stage photos.
Yep.
I got back on my YouTube grind in July.
Love it.
At the end of July, I stayed a week in Texas. And just worked out there. Had all my food with me. Me and Lane went on a couple date nights. Had the best sushi ever. Since nationals are in Dallas right now, I've already been telling some of my friends, but you've got to go to this place in Dallas. So if you are in Texas, you need to go to, how do you say it, Masumi Sushi in Dallas. It's the best food ever.
I can't wait for you guys to move there so we have an excuse to go and
I
bug you
know,
guys and try all the gyms and the
For
food.
real.
and a free place to stay.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
I went to a baby shower. Oh, I guess an honorable mention is I drove to Texas, so that was like a 12-hour drive.
It's a big drive.
It was a big drive. Um, yeah. We went to the zoo. That was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was a busy month. I feel like even though I was in prep, I was traveling a lot. Like we were going to Sarasota to visit Bradley's family. I have these pictures of us on the boat and me like holding my meal prep container. I had like 3 meals with me on the boat. It was ridiculous, but it was fun. And I was getting in the sun, which was nice. Oh, here's some of the stage shots. This is kind of blurry, but I love that
I
stage
love
shot. I
it.
think that's one of my favorites. And then at that point, I was 2 weeks out from my last show of the season, which was another national level show, but that was the next month.
Oh my god, August I think was my favorite month.
Oh, what happened in August?
If y'all are watching on YouTube, y'all are about to die. I got food. Look at
Oh,
it's so tiny. August 11th was
That's
the
so
night.
crazy. Because I remember being on the podcast and being like, you haven't told anyone that you guys are getting a puppy yet. And it was like, then you got to reveal it on the podcast. And now that's like, feels like forever ago.
How tiny he was. That's so
So cute.
yeah, but August was me learning how to take care of a brand new puppy. Lane also came back from Texas. He was doing an internship out there, so he spent 3 months. He came back, and he actually graduates tomorrow. So he just finished his last semester, but he came back in August and moved in with me.
That's so fun.
yeah, August. Let's see. I went to a wedding in West Virginia.
Wow.
Oh, wait, we picked out our wedding venue in August.
Oh,
Wow.
fun.
That was at the beach in Wilmington. And then, what else did I do? Went to Charleston for engagement photos. And then, oh my God, I feel like I traveled so much this year. Carson, oh, and then I did my first wedding content shoot. That was so much fun.
I remember you doing that. So cool.
Yeah, and then I traveled to my mom's. I feel like this year was like my year of travels. Carson's like, you say that every year. And I'm like, yeah, I
No,
know.
for real.
Travel every year.
He's like, you're gone every single weekend. And I'm like, I traveled so much this year. He's like, you travel so much every year.
I think that's going to be Bradley and I. We're like, oh, I can't wait for things to slow down. And we haven't been home for a weekend in two to
Yeah,
3 months. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Even
it's all good things, but it's like, we're all homebodies, you know, we want to be home.
like it's like even if I'm not traveling, I'm like going somewhere. Like this weekend,
Yeah.
I'm not traveling, but like we're going back to Greensboro, and then like next weekend, I'm not going anywhere. But Kate's coming to stay with me, so like
So
I
fun.
I like feel like I'm always there's no like sitting down.
It's a good thing, though. It's a good thing to be busy. I remember, so August, well, I guess technically this is end of July, was when I was wrapping up my season for this year. So this was when I remember like sending these photos to Adam, and this was right after I got off of the
Mm.
plane, and he was like, "Whoa!" Like I remember everything was kind of coming together at that point, and it was kind of surreal. I just remember that was pretty much the feeling. If I had to wrap it up, was just like, how did we get here this year? Like I felt like a lot of the hard work paid off, and I remember we were training at Dragon's Lair, which is like such a fun gym. So that was really fun. And Bradley was taking video and I was like vlogging for the prep series. And then got on stage, got first call outs at, what was that? USA's in Vegas, which is a huge show. Definitely the biggest one I've done so far. So that was awesome. And then got third place. And I remember that feeling. I've talked about it again, so I won't tell the whole story, but just being in the center for like the first half of that call out. I remember they moved me to the center and hearing Bradley like scream at the top of his lungs, hearing Adam scream and being like, holy crap, like I'm going pro. And then getting moved out to third, which honestly, like I've said it before, I think that was the best thing that could have happened because, nothing lights the fire like being right there, being a split decision away from a pro card, but like I've said, I don't want, when I turn pro, I don't want it to be like, oh, maybe she's a pro. I want it to be undeniable. So I know my time is coming. Now we're growing for a long time, but that was my August. And then August was reversing for me. That was when I was trying to get my spark back and get my like energy back, and food started coming up. So August was pretty fun. I got to play around with some new foods and make some fun dishes for me, for Bradley. I got to like go out with my friends again. So August, I feel like, was kind of pouring into everybody's cups that like were supporting me during prep, because I feel like prep is a very selfish time, So I got to be able to spend time with my friends and family and like be present where maybe I wasn't as much while I was in prep.
Yeah, it was the month of becoming human again.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Um, I guess that takes us into September. I traveled home a good bit in September. I went home and did like a education course for a nursing program back home.
Oh, fun.
That was different and fun. What else? I worked a lot. I've been in school like this whole year, so like I haven't mentioned that, but I was in school. Also, I guess I didn't mention I started Accutane in June. So I was on Accutane during all this, and September is kind of like the month. I was like, you know what? I'm not finishing this. Like, obviously, like there's a root cause of all this, and I talked to my coach, and that's when he was like, all right, let's like look deeper into your hormones. And I started my gut protocol like end of August, going into September. So it's been a minute since I've been on this. But yeah, September was a lot of traveling and just kind of like figuring out my gut protocol. Lots of little Ziploc bags with
Yeah.
supplements, lots of pumpkin seeds and protein. That was the start of my no carb journey.
Oh,
So
that's
fun.
hilarious. Y'all, she's being big girl again. No, we got potatoes, we got cream of rice,
Yay!
we
I
got
had 156 grams of carbs a day.
Amazing. Wait, how are you feeling now?
I feel so good.
You're
And
at
like in
what?
the gym,
160?
156. Yeah. I got cream of rice
How
yesterday. That's in
much?
my plan. Do
How much?
what?
How much?
Oh, 30 grams. So, I mean,
That's
it's
good
great.
enough.
I'm not going to complain.
That's
A
what I
lot of,
get on training days.
yeah, a lot of my like carbs are coming from fruit, and then potatoes and white rice, and then just plain cream of rice right now. I can't do anything flavored. Besides like my protein powder, which I'm not complaining. I love plain cream of rice and put some cinnamon and stevia in there.
That's what you
That
do a
was
lot.
my go-to. Yeah.
I've got almond butter, and I'm just really thriving right now. But I feel really good, and I feel like my pumps in the gym are finally coming back. My strength is like skyrocketing, and I'm just connecting so good, and like my muscles just have that like fuller pop in the gym, and every lift is getting
Absolutely.
better and better. So
Yay!
These
it's
carbs are magic.
they're
Yeah,
awesome.
September for me, I moved apartments, and then I also, oh my gosh, speaking of moving apartments, we got like a 25-foot U-Haul ourselves and moved everything. And the night we moved in, we got sushi on the floor. And guys, when I am done my gut protocol, I am downing so much sushi.
Me
I
too.
cannot wait. That looks so good. I had my first meal out in 10 weeks for my birthday. I mean, it wasn't even like a meal out. I had like steak and asparagus, but it hit different. I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to eat out. But that was also the month that I started working with my new coach, who I was Kate told me to like have a call with him, and I did, and that was when I started working with him, and then when I started my gut protocol as well too. So this was my last meal out before I really started it. It was so good. But
Awesome.
yeah, September for me was just a month of moving into my new apartment.
September for us was again like a big family month. I feel like we did a lot of travel with my parents and Bradley's parents, which is honestly the biggest blessing, is that like all of our families get along. So it was us six, and we went to the Panhandle so that they could see the wedding venue and do the tour with our wedding planner. So that was awesome. And I remember just it was really nice because I've been following macros, of course, and I've been having like I was able to have fun meals and still stay on track. So that was like probably the highlight for me. Like I remember we made these chicken burgers. That was awesome. And then this was us like looking around our venue. Oh my gosh, the beach there is like stunning. It's so pretty. But I think that was like my highlight of that month was like spending some quality time with family and figuring out where a rehearsal dinner was going to be. And I remember Bradley and I were like looking up gyms. All the gyms are like 30 minutes away from there. So fair warning when you guys come to the wedding. Oh, actually, no, I did scope out a really cool gym that was like 20 minutes away, like super bodybuilder gym, all Arsenal equipment. So we'll have to hit a lift when it's wedding week for
Yeah,
sure. It'll be fun.
I'm so excited. I've already been like looking at Airbnbs and like scouting out like gyms, coffee shops, and everything.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. For whatever reason, that gym isn't on Maps or Google Maps or anything like that. But it's like Bend the Bar Fitness or whatever. So actually, somebody on Instagram that we follow each other, she like gave me the recommendation, and I went, and it was awesome. So I'll have to like send the address to the gym goers in the wedding.
I feel like that makes it even better because like no one knows about it. So I'm like,
Exactly. Exactly.
all right, October. Nothing much for me. I was just working. I feel like I've said nothing much happened in all these months, but I was just working a lot. I think Lane got his job offer around like when was it? Well, he got it in August, but I was already like the crazy like mover plan A type person I am. I was apartment searching. I was looking for jobs already in Texas. Boone was getting way too big and way too smart. We went to a wedding. Um, that's pretty much all in my October. Of course, Halloween. I worked Halloween.
Oh yeah, I remember that. No more.
No
No
more,
more holidays.
no more holidays.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know if Halloween's a holiday, but you know what I mean.
I don't
Same
think they'll make me work it. And even if I have to work it, I'll be off at a great time and I can still go participate in
I
something.
love it. Yeah, October for me was again another busy month, but it was like a fun busy month. So started off the month going to October. It's been a while. Going to New York. So I remember that was fun. And I went for the weekend to visit one of my friends up there. And I remember like I had class pass at that point. So I went to a couple Pilates classes while I was there. We went to Equinox. So that was fun. I remember traveling with my like some meals, like some ingredients. And I remember being so proud of still hitting like all of my nutrition targets that week and like coming back and still feeling like I was on track. So that was fun. And then my birthday was that month. So people came up to like the Orlando area to celebrate. So that was like a fun month. I feel like every single weekend I was hanging out with friends and I don't know, it was like a very fulfilling month, I would say. And training was great. Like I remember feeling so strong. I feel like that was the point post show where I felt like my strength was coming back. And I just felt in a really good rhythm with like my nutrition and my training and my recovery too. I think that's pretty much October for us.
October for me was pretty chill. I just went home and went to a pumpkin patch and we picked sunflowers. That was fun.
So sweet.
I'm not a huge Halloween person, so I didn't do anything for Halloween, but I did go and visit my friend in Atlanta. We just explored the city there, and then I think honestly, the rest of October I was just in the gym and in the gym, yeah.
I can't believe I left that out. I'm a huge Halloween person. I love Halloween, and so does Emily, my roommate that we lived together forever. And we all went down to South Florida. This was like our group Halloween costume. Bradley's in there too. We did Wizard of Oz, so that was really fun. It was Dorothy, and we went out for Halloween, and that was so fun to just like see everybody in South Florida that I hadn't seen in a while. So I love Halloween. So that was really fun, getting to see everybody. And then oh my gosh, and then I remember getting sushi that night too. And it was so delicious.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, somebody, when we were out, they were like, do you guys want to get sushi? I was like, that sounds like
Yeah.
the best thing ever.
Yes,
Sounds great.
please. Um, nothing else really happened in October. Caroline, when did you start your gut protocol? Was it October or September?
September 27th.
Okay. Yeah, so going into November, I was still like in my gut protocol a few weeks in, and I think this is like when I really just like started feeling it. Like I was feeling good, but also I was really hungry. My body was losing a lot of weight. I was not feeling as good in the gym. My pumps weren't good. My strength was kind of declining a little bit. But I was prioritizing my health and I was getting it done, and I'm so glad I did it. But November, oh, I got engaged in November.
Yay!
November 22nd. Even though I was in denial and everyone was telling me, like, Kate, you don't think he's going to propose to you? You're wearing a white dress, you're getting your nails done, you're getting your hair done. I was like, no, we're literally just going to go take couples pictures. But we got engaged in November, so that was fun. I got my job offer, accepted my job offer in Texas. We found an apartment. Most of my camera roll for like November is like my ring and lane and some gym pictures here and there. And then of course Thanksgiving I had my first meal since the gut protocol started, like out that I didn't like track or anything. So yeah, November was pretty much just getting engaged and some workouts and good food. It
What more can you ask for, honestly? That
was
sounds
such a
like a
good
great
month.
one. Yeah, I
It,
think
it
November.
honestly feels like it was so long ago, but it was literally
I
just
know. I think that's the biggest thing going through these pictures is I'm like, wow, like so much happened that feels like so long ago. It's crazy. Especially all of us are such routine people. It's like we have our meals. We like to be home. We like to be in our routine and train. And I'm like, wow, like I forget how much we all did this year.
like you forget how busy you actually are.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really easy to like forget how much you've accomplished too. I think November for us was pretty smooth. This is when we were traveling every weekend again, but it was like less, I don't know, it was crazy, but I felt like we were kind of used to it by this point. So we did our engagement shoot, which was awesome. A lot of family time. In October, our nephew was born, so a lot of visiting him in the NICU. And guys, he goes home today. I
Oh
didn't
my
tell you.
god.
I know. So that's really, really special. But yeah, a lot of family time again. We went up to North Carolina. I forgot about that as well. And stayed up at the cabin for a week. And that was awesome because I felt like that was a challenge for me nutrition wise. And I still stayed on top of it. And I was able to like hit my targets. I remember with my mom, like planning out what our breakfasts are going to be and what our dinners are going to be. So that was really, really fun. And we got to hike a lot. It was great. But yeah, a lot of traveling, but a lot of like quality time, I would say, in November.
Yeah, I didn't do much in November. I would say the two biggest things for me in November is I got my first cycle since the
Yay!
protocol. Guys, I
Amazing.
really hope it comes again, but we'll see. Um, and then I just went to my mom's for a weekend after Thanksgiving. But other than that, honestly, didn't do much in
Oh yeah,
November.
Thanksgiving. I forgot Thanksgiving was in
Yeah,
November
I
too.
don't do much for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We just hang out at Carson's. So
Yeah, we had I had probably one of the bigger Thanksgivings that I've had before, just because now it's like kind of a conjoined family thing with Bradley's family. So that was really special. Usually it's a very small Thanksgiving. It'll just be me. I'm an only child, so it'd be like me and my parents. But this year it was like, gosh, there were like 20 of us. It was awesome. So I loved just
wow,
having like that big family feel. It was fun.
Honestly, a lot of y'all's families, like Bradley's and your families, like y'all just mesh so well. Like after being around
yeah,
you guys,
It's
I would never know like y'all were separate families because they just get
That's
along
so
so
sweet.
good.
I think that's like it's such a blessing. It's like they ugh, I don't know. It really just meshes so well.
Yeah,
I'm really lucky. Honestly, I know it's rare.
they're so supportive too.
They are. Yeah, they've flown out to every single one of my shows, which was awesome. I
that's
was like, you guys, yeah. So cool. But
Um, November, at the end of November, going into December, that's when we went to the final phase of my gut protocol, the repop
yay!
phase. So we started introducing carbs, and it's kind of where we are now. We're like 4 or 5 weeks like into the reintroduction phase, and every week we have titrated fats down a little bit and titrated carbs up a little bit, and I feel good. I'm excited to eat some cream of rice today. So yeah, that's where we are in December. I just finished my last day working in the ICU yesterday, so that was a big monumental moment in my life. Lane graduates tomorrow, and then we're just gonna keep packing up and getting ready to move. I graduate with my bachelor's in nursing next week, so
Yay!
Yay!
I'll have a month just to chill. I get to go home for Christmas, my first Christmas in 3 years, so I'm so excited
Wow.
about that.
That's amazing. That is so awesome.
Yeah. Going into my December, my birthday is December 4th, so I went and had a steak for my birthday, and then after that, I did this past weekend go to Miami for like a coaching community meetup with Paige. So explored Miami, guys. I could not do it. I am not. It was too much for me.
Yeah.
And then came home and started my repop phase on Monday. So I'm almost a week into that. I'll be done on January 5th. And the rest of December for me is just hanging at home. And then I'm going to Arizona and California to finish out the year. So.
That is awesome. Yeah, I guess we're at the beginning of December, so I feel like for me, we're just wrapping up the year. I feel like I've just been in kind of a flow, just focusing on, continuing to progress and I don't know, just finding routine. I think this past weekend was the first weekend we hadn't traveled in a very long time, so that was nice. Yeah, so I think now we're just kind of prepping for the holidays. So hopefully it'll be kind of like a smooth month.
What are y'all doing for Christmas?
And then next year you get married.
Yeah, yeah. So bachelorette trip is booked for January, which is
Oh,
crazy.
where are you going?
We're going to Puerto Rico. We're going to San Juan. I
Wow.
know. Everything is just like flying so fast that I don't even realize it's in like a month,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And then my parents are sending out like bridal shower invitations soon. And then that'll be like in January. And then the wedding is in March.
That's
So days are
insane.
flying. I know. It's crazy. It's like a little bit scary because I still feel like I have so much to do, but I we have all the big stuff. So I feel like you always feel like that going into a wedding, but yeah, I'm excited.
Well, that's fun. I think that was a cute little recap. It was longer than we were expecting,
Yes.
but really good
We
year.
did a lot.
Yeah, it was a really good year. I feel like for all of us, like a lot of health things.
Yeah.
And like we did accomplish a lot, but I think like this next year for all of us is going to be the best year yet, honestly.
Yeah.
Like life, health things, competing. So
I
I'm
agree.
excited.
A lot of big stuff coming up.
Yay.
I love it. Awesome. Well, that was a really fun episode, and maybe we'll go into like what our goals are going to be in another episode
Oh,
too. I
yeah,
think that
that'd be a
would
good
be
one.
fun. Yeah. So let us know what you guys want to hear. But I hope that you all enjoyed it. Of course, you can find us anywhere that you watch your podcast. Of course, on YouTube, like this episode. If you didn't, so you can see all of our fun photos. But we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything like that. So we'll see you guys next Monday morning at 5 a.m. Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.